How to Tip Thursday, and that's right, today we are on the 3 wood. Now the first question, should we use a 3 wood off the ground for our second shots? Now I know it's a very popular shot amongst a lot of golfers that I teach and the golfers that I see on the golf course. It's a shot where you feel like you'll be able to maximise your distance, but it does come with a number of warnings. It's a very, very difficult club to use. It's a very low lofted club, so for instance, this one I have is at 14.5 degrees. The club head is a little bit bigger than what you'd look at a 5 wood, and also the shaft of the club is only a little bit shorter than your driver. So imagine, I sometimes say to a lot of golfers, imagine hitting your driver off the ground. It's not an easy club to use. If you get it slightly wrong with the strike, you are opening yourself up to a lot of spin. Now a lot of spin on the golf ball, depending on your swing path, could be left to right or right to left. Also, ball position with this club is very difficult as well. Do we keep the ball position on the inside, just kind of back from the inside of the left heel? Do we go a little bit further back to maybe where we see a hybrid? Or do we go in the centre of the stance? Or do we go with the driver position? Now, me personally, I like to feel the strike of the ball. I like to feel a little bit of compression in there. Now, on this club, you're not supposed to get too much, but I like to kind of feel that I am hitting down to an extent. So if I was to use a 3 wood off the ground, I would treat it very much like a hybrid. I would have it tiny bit further back in my stance than where I would hit it if I was hitting it from the tee, just so I can get that little bit more of a steepened angle of attack into the ball. It's still only going to be brushing the surface, it's not going to be hitting down on the ball, but if I hit it too far forward, I've got a chance, just like I did on the intro there, to top the ball. So I'm going to make sure that the setup position is good. Make sure the ball is not in the centre, it's not on the left heel, it's not in the 3 wood position, but it's very much in the hybrid position. Now one thing that does come with this shot is, because the club is so long, to get the club back to square at impact is not easy. It's very, very difficult. So we want to make sure that the whole body is fully committed to the shot. The forearms, the shoulders, the hips, the stomach, the legs, and everything is rotating through the ball. If there's any doubt in this shot, there's a good chance that we can just kind of carve it like this one, slightly over towards the right hand side. To be honest, that wasn't that bad. But also, when you're doing that, because the club's so long, like a driver, if you imagine when you hit a bad shot with a driver, the shots are generally exaggerated a bit, aren't they, from your normal shots. So just making sure that we're fully committed to the shot, ball position just back a tiny bit from where you would normally have it, and then you can just fully commit to the shot. The risk reward, personally, I think there's too much risk. I think it's too much of a difficult shot. Golfers that are using 3 woods for second shots generally don't hit the ball far enough, obviously. Therefore, you may have a higher handicap. If you've got a higher handicap, that means you've got shots to play with. So playing a little bit more with playing a little bit clever to maybe hit a hybrid just short of the green and then pitch on is, I think, a better way to play the holes. You'll all have a shot where you've hit this amazing 3 wood and it's gone onto the green and you've 2 putted for your par. But you've got to think, how often does that happen? Some golfers that I think generally think that 3 wood's the best club in the bag off the ground. That's great, keep doing what you're doing, but I think from a consistency point of view and varying this, ranging this over most golfers that I see, it's a really difficult shot. So that's the one I've got right. The one before it didn't quite. So again, it's consistency. As long as the miss isn't too big, making sure that we can still get a good strike on the ball. Now, as you see, I'm not hitting down on the ball. I'm also not having the ball too far forward where I'm keeping my spine angle too far back. I'm really trying to brush the surface and just treat this like I would do if I had a hybrid in my hand. Well, guys, comment below, is the 3 wood the shot that you hit off the ground? Are you comfortable with it, or do you struggle with it but you persevere? Let me know your thoughts on this subject. It's quite an open subject, it's quite a broad subject. The golfers of all sorts of different levels usually either hit it or stay away from it. My personal opinion, if I'm in a golf tournament and I need to hit a 3 wood onto the green, I'm not hitting it. It probably means I'm using it for a second shot on a par 5, I'm therefore probably going to go down to a hybrid or a 2-iron, get it up close to the green, and then hopefully rely on my short game to get me that birdie. But I just would not fancy hitting this every single time. Like I say, comment below. Please also subscribe to the channel. Another Tip Thursday coming at you next week. Thanks very much for watching. See you soon.